Hello, I'm IGG ID and welcome back to the video. Today I have something rather special and rather different for you all because I'm going to be doing a sponsored video on Lords Mobile. This is a free-to-play download that you can get for both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, that's Android and iOS, for absolutely free. And the fortunate thing about today's video is the developers did get in contact with me and they offered to sponsor this video so I could do something I don't usually do on my channel and play some different mobile games. Because I'm sure a lot of you have the exact same issue I do whenever you go onto the App Store of like, which of the free games are really worth my time? And I've been playing this game for the past week or so, and I think that this one really is. There's a lot of different elements going on in this game. It's not just a simple war game. There's a lot more going on with it that makes me really enjoy it and that I think will make you enjoy it once you see today's video. So yeah, as well as just showing off the game and giving you some tips in it, I'm also going to be teaching you how to join my guild, how to relocate next to me. So if you want to play this game with me and around me, then you'll be able to do that, which I'll be talking about in today's video. So if you're excited for that, then please do like this video and let me know because it helps out the channel a lot and let's know you do like this sort of thing. But with that said, let's get straight into our very first thing, which is to just do a straight up skirmish. So this is some of the player versus enemy content. Oh, enemy is too strong, proceed anyway. Let's give it a shot. So that sounds dangerous, but let's see what happens if we just go straight into it. But yeah, there's a bunch of skirmishes in this game, which are the we'll smite you before you reach these rocks. There's a bunch of skirmishes in this game, which are kind of like, in my opinion, kind of show off like the whole like what we're going to be doing here. Because again, it's not just a game about player versus enemy. It's not just a game of like skirmishes. There's also massive player versus player content, kingdom versus kingdom content, and you can join a guild and you can have guild alliances. There's lots of great epic level stuff like that going on here, and you'll be able to see it as we go through with this. But for now, this is going to be a really tense one. I don't know who's going to win. You can see the morale's getting really close. Even though we've got this giant force filled with our lizard men, it looks like they're doing pretty well at resisting. And the game said it was too strong, but can we do it? I don't know for certain. So I'm I'm actually not sure who. Okay, it looks like we're just about to win this one. So that's good stuff. And yeah, every time you do with these skirmishes, you can actually expand your castle, you can expand your kingdom, and you can use that to go to the next level, which is good stuff that you're probably going to want to do. So there you go. Now you've seen the basic gameplay of the game. It's a grand strategy game like that, I'd say. And even though it's just, it's a strategy game, it's a global strategy game. Like, I wouldn't say it's just strategy because the game has players from all over the world, like every country you can probably imagine, and it's available in so many different languages that you see people from all over the world and you can fight them from all over that place, which I think is pretty great stuff. I don't know about you, but I think it is at least. And yeah, that's what you can do in this game, and I think that's kind of great. So again, not just a strategy game, it's a strategy war game with also individual hero-based stuff that you might all enjoy, and it's all good stuff there. So let's just claim our mystery box, get some 600 gold, and now, before we go in there again, let's talk about what you're going to be doing before then. So, actually, first thing we want to talk about, because if you're going to play this game, you're going to need to know how to join me, because I'm assuming that's what you want to do, and I'd like it if you join my guild. It's the IBX Toy Kittens. I think you can just search IBX, or you can just search Toy Kittens. If you search for my guild and you join it, then you'll be able to come with me, and that means you get some protection from me, and we can help each other out. It's good stuff. There's rallies you can do with your friend. It's basically, if you set up a guild, you can do that good stuff, and you can get gifts to each other. There's so many reasons you want to join this guild, and if you do that, it's going to be a good thing. Also, there's a code you can use to like get some extra stuff before you join my guild, and also, you'll be able to relocate your base to be near me. If you do this before you're level 5, you can go to your map just like this, and if you find my coordinates, which by the way, I'm spawned at 179, X179, Y711, then you'll be able to actually set up a base near here, because I've got some forests. I'm just saying they're free. You can come join me, and you can set up base there if you'd like to. So if you're curious about my kingdom, because you might spawn a different one, then okay, let's press this again. Then I'm in, I'm in the kingdom of Orsia, which if you go to this global map over here, you can see is kingdom number 174. So come in here, come join my kingdom, come set up a space next to me, and oh, that's something rather fancy, isn't it? Come set up a space next to me, and then you can do that. So you might be curious actually as what's going on in that space, because again, it's kind of a bit confusing. Basically, you can use, this space is where you are physically in the world. It's a global game with just so much going on. It's like an MMO strategy game, I describe it as. So there's so much going on, and this is all happening around you. So I'm actually surrounded by a few people in their own little guilds. I've got this RTS, Annihilator guy. I've got Old One player. I've got just some random guy over here. I've got like some fairly small guys around me. I think I'm the biggest person nearby, except this person. Oh no, that's not a person. That's like someone going home. There's a fairly high-end person over here, but for the most part, I think I'm the biggest fry around. But then as well as just people, because everyone's setting up their own castles nearby each other, you've also got these dark nests, you've got these bosses you can fight. It's cool stuff. But let's start from the bottom before we can explain too much about that, because again, I feel like I'm overloading you with information. Let's start from the very beginning. So once you've joined my guild, then your might is the way you're kind of measured and the way you can kind of see how well you're doing at this game, or like how you're measured compared to other people. Because you might have noticed when I looked on the other people, the way I was measuring them is like, this guy has 44,000 might, this person has How many mites do you have? 62,000. This darkness has a lot more than that, of course. But yeah, that's how you can kind of measure people and how well they're doing. Because, long story short, the might is kind of your overall measurement of your kingdom. You know, like every building adds towards that. Every set of troops you trains count towards that. Every single thing you do in this game counts towards your might. Even doing quests, so we did a bunch of quests, you know, just before this started. Every one of these is going to count. Oh, the one we just completed there. Gives us some quest bonuses, and that gets us some more might. So that's good stuff that we just did right there. And that might allows you to kind of seem more powerful, but it also kind of makes you more powerful, because once you've done quests, you are more powerful. It's a bit confusing, but that's kind of the thing. So we can also do more of these quests if we'd like to. Again, the quest thing's important. So we'll build an embassy right here, which is good, because now if anyone comes to join me, I can host your troops here. So we'll build that, and then we'll upgrade it instantly, because we want to have a better thing, because one of the things you do in this game is you upgrade buildings. Again, this is a fairly simple mechanic, but it's one of those ones I got really addicted to years ago, not in this game, but in a very similar game, where I'd be waking up at 4 AM to like upgrade my buildings, because that's just how you do these things, right? So yeah, if you're that sort of person that you would like that sort of thing, then you get a lot up doing it something like this. So we're just going to keep on upgrading this, again, getting might each time, but also being able to host more troops each time we do it. So it's absolutely free to upgrade this every single time we do, which is, it's good stuff if you ask me. So let's just go all the way up to like some decent level. Maybe it like just gets to level 5. Okay, there we go. Now the embassy can build in the background while we talk about what we're doing. I will mention, by the way, that there is gems in this game because, you know, I'm going to be using them for this video. You don't have to. Everything can be done with time. But like with every game, there's kind of the secondary challenge of like, well, you can either try and do everything as long as you want using the time, which is fine, and that's how most people play the game, I'm pretty sure, or you can do the whole like use gems to speed it up, which I'll be doing just for the case of today's video. You don't have to do it, it's just like, I'm doing it because it makes the video 30 minutes as opposed to 30 hours or 30 days or whatever. So yeah, we'll be using that to train some more troops too, because I lost a few, to heal my troops I should say. I lost a few at that last battle, and I'm going to need those right back up. So we'll spend 82 crystals, and 82 gems, and we'll get that sorted, and we can, you know, use that to train more troops we want to. Like, you know, I like the lizard rides a lot. Let's get some more lizards. Let's just have all the lizards in the world. Let's just let's just order a bunch of those from the store, and now we're better equipped to fight the world. And we'll get more gladiators too, actually. You know, I could do with some more gladiators. Let's get a bunch of those. So now we've got a bunch of gladiators. We've got a bunch of reptiles. Let's go ahead. Oh, we can collect our quest bonus from before. Because remember, I built myself an embassy. Every single time you do most basic quests, you get yourself some might, some XP, as well as a little bit of like grain, stone, wheat, etc., which you can use to level up. And leveling up feels good, let me tell you. I mean, in any game that's true. But I'm definitely level 31, and every single time you do it, you're like, whoa, that's a big thing. And you also get something called talent points. So this is a fairly advanced mechanic that you don't need to worry too much about, because it's like tiny little buffs, but you can actually use these on your hero. So if we go there right now, you can actually advance your hero like this, and you can get like little tiny buffs. So if you really want to focus on, let's say, your range offensive, which, you know, actually wait, I've got lizard people. So let's focus on a cavalry offensive. Let's just go all the way to the top. Let's make our lizard reptiles the strongest they can be. You can do that if you want to, but for the most part, they're fairly minor buffs. You don't need to worry too much about them, but they are something you can focus on as the game goes on. So do we have everything we need for cavalry? Actually, we'll go over this too. Let's make those lizard people as strong as they humanly can be. We've got 7,000 of them. It's important they win this. So yeah, you can upgrade any building, like I said, as long as your castle stays upgraded, which is kind of the big way you measure your kingdom, then you can upgrade anything you want from there. So do you want to upgrade our mine? Then we can do that. We can just, except we don't have a castle level 12. Do you want to upgrade your wheat field? Then you can do that, as long as you've read the prerequisites, which most of the time you have. So for instance, our thing over here, as you can see, we can upgrade our barracks, and then we can upgrade them again, and so on and so forth. And you want to do this as you're going forward, because this is what the game is kind of about. Like, building a stronger kingdom, because the higher your stuff goes. You notice my might just went up a bunch there, because I've got myself nice, strong buildings. So to build this, we just need to have the vault, which we can already do. So we'll upgrade our castle, and now it's level 12. And look, we got all of that stuff for it. It's a big thing. And now we can upgrade everything a little bit more than we had before. So do we want to have our next level of mine, which we couldn't do before? Now we can do that. Now we're going to get way more might, we're going to get more ore per hour, and it means you can get more resources. And again, everything kind of stacks this way. It's one of these strategy games where, again, it's all about resource management. Like how the real world would work if the real world was a strategy game. But let's do some more of these raids. Let's try and clear out the entire thing here, so we can move on to the next thing. Because, again, this is the first level of stuff you need to know, because to get more areas, to build your stuff, you're going to need to take down these people. So we're going to take out the reptile. Okay, well, just instant walls gone down. See, these lizards, there's just so many of them, or the reptiles. I mean, lizards are reptiles aren't lizards. But the reptiles, they're just going to tear up today. I gave them that giant buff. And you can see, just having like 1,000 more, against the stronger enemy, by the way, having 1,000 more, giving them that like 13% buff, is enough to just kind of like annihilate apparently their squads. Just every single one of their squads is being annihilated right there, and that's kind of a cool thing. So pay attention while we're here, by the way, to you know, I've got the Oathkeeper here, and over here I've got myself the big guy. He's generally called the big guy. I like that. But you can actually pay attention to individual units, which is nice. I've also got a Panther back here, the Death Archer. I don't know if it's a Panther, but it's some tiger-based thing that uses an archer. But yeah, basically you have these heroes, and these heroes can be upgraded separately too, because it's one of these, again, strategy games that uses the simple concept of like, oh yeah, so you've got heroes that combine, you know, that command your army, but instead of it just being like its whole own, like, oh yeah, they're heroes, you can upgrade them in their normal way, which you can still do. Like, look, I can upgrade his armor if I want to. I haven't yet, but like, it's all level 1 stuff. But if you wanted to, you could. But it's not just that simple. It's not just a matter of like, oh yeah, you can do that. But you can also go into a kind of like a separate game within the game, which I do quite like. And you can fight enemies to upgrade your heroes all together. So this is the only, like, I guess boss versus boss kind of thing. Like, only your main characters versus a bunch of other main characters. And it's a good way to train them, and it's also a good way to like see their strengths and weaknesses. So, for instance, you see this guy over here, he's a tank, or the big one is a tank. Guess what? Big guy has more health than the rest, as it so turns out. Like, he's not like so strong. And also you get more control about your characters in this game mode, if you want to have like more fine-tuned control of like which of your characters is doing what. So for instance, we've got a special attack here, and I'll use it against this thing, just to take it out instantly. Or near instantly, I should say. But yeah, basically, you get more control over your characters, you can have strategy, and you can also have the whole, like, let's get out here, and let's use all our ultimates to finish this last thing at once. So, let's just whirlwind those guys. Let's activate our heal now. It doesn't really matter, but that's fine. But yeah, if you prefer that sort of thing where you can... so let's now fire one of those in there. But if you do prefer the idea of, like, again, like the kind of focusing more on each character individually, then I like that this game mode does exist. So let's just use one more... finisher, and there we go, we're done. So yeah, this is again fairly low on the game. This is only level 1-7, but you can go through this to unlock more heroes, but also to upgrade your existing ones. And it's again, I like that there's a second game within this game, and it's not that there's a second game in the game. This is really in depth. Like, it's basically as much of the game as the other part, and it ties into what we're doing later. But for now, let's just get all the way to this brand new hero, by doing this next one, because they smell an elf, and you know what, if they smell an elf, let's make sure they really smell it now or whatever. So yeah, this is another part of the game combat, and this one's a little bit more interactive. I liked it a bit more because you can like switch it, see it from this angle. Again, it makes me feel a little bit more in control. Maybe that's your thing, maybe it's not. But it also makes you feel a bit more attached to each of the characters that are going into those raids, which I find is important in this sort of game, because you need to feel like you're affecting the tide of battle. And although having 7,000 reptiles is cool, it's also cool having, you know, my own little my dude with his thing here. So. Again, this fight should go relatively easy. I'm fairly certain, at least. So let's put that there, make sure it hits both. But yeah, this fight's going to go down pretty easily, as you can see. But as you go forwards, it requires more skills, which requires more, you know, equipment, requires more upgrade and stuff like that. It's all cool stuff that you do have to work through as we go. So just one more stage we'll do right here. Again, we're free crowning each of them, because none of us are dying, we're all at pretty much full health. It's good stuff, we're doing it fast. But let's do this last level just over here, because this one's particularly important. It's the Icy Queen, and it's a boss fight, as you're going to see. So it's going to be a little bit harder, but this kind of also shows like how, again, it's not just a series of like 3 fights in a row. There is like a real story progression, and a part of me feels it's a bit like Mario, the whole like the way the world system works. And again, it makes you want to progress rather than feel like you have to, which is, I think that's good when any game can accomplish that. So let's switch back around, just in case you want to see in the default view, the way you'll be playing the game. And you can kind of see, like, this game actually has, like, fairly decent... like, the appearance of the whole thing is also fairly decent. Like, again, when it comes to mobile games, my expectations are usually fairly low. But in this case, it's just like, oh, yeah, this actually looks, you know, better, if not... just as good, if not better, than what I was expecting, which is kind of great stuff. Again, I feel like mobile gaming has come so far in the like, while since it came out. I remember when I got my first Android device, it was some number of years ago. It really was the situation of like, you know, if you find a free game, it's not going to be a good game. Where, you know, like it's going to be like a trial for something that after 10 minutes is going to cut you out. But now all the big games, you know, this game is huge, just the scale of it. All the big games kind of are free to play in a way, which I thought was I think that's kind of cool that that's how things have gone, because it means if you don't have money, you know, as a kid or whatever. Then you can still play this stuff. So, yeah, now we've moved on to 1-10 if we want to, and we've got, like, more options for, like, customizing our stuff, because we unlocked the Snow Queen. If we want to take her, we can take her. I kind of don't, though. I'm not sure if I kind of like that I've got my team right now, So instead we'll just upgrade an existing character by giving them some trophies. So we'll give him a mystical horn, one of these things too, and that's going to upgrade his ability to do stuff, and we can even take him to the next level as well. Oh, look at that, he's a way better horse now. So yeah, that's how you kind of upgrade these characters, by giving them enough stuff that they then can go to the next level. It's a little bit confusing, but I found my way around it, and I thought it was pretty great in the end of it too. So let's finally upgrade our big guy, because as you can see, he's in the middle of an upgrade. Let's finish that right now. Again, it's going to cost some gems, but that's fine. And let's let's use that to kind of like be even stronger when we go into these next ones, because these are max medals. That's pretty nuts actually. So yeah, let's go into just rather than go into a fight right here, because you can do this all the way through. It's a big stage progression thing, which I think is great. Let's also show you the fact that once you've done that, actually let's do one more of these things. Let's fight the last level of this using our troops as well as our now upgraded heroes, and let's show how we got even stronger just from that. So the might actually went down a lot, so they're even weaker to my attacks, I think. Because let's see what we can do. Well, there's the wall down instantly, and they're 20. Is that generally 22 people? Okay, that's 22 fighters. I mean, 17,000 versus 22. As it turns out, the 17,000 wins. That is new maps of Toycat you might not have known, and you get an achievement for it. Isn't that lovely? So boom, just got ourselves an achievement. Just got ourselves some new land to build on. Because every time you do this, you get brand new places, and in this case, we're going to use those places to build some more of the resources we need. So we'll have a farm, because we need one of those, I imagine. Let's just free that up. Let's build one of these. And then let's free that up, and let's upgrade it again, and so on and so forth. Now we have this new land, we can get even more might, we can get more food production, and you can kind of see how this stuff kind of spirals and snowballs on top of each other, right? You can see how like going from one thing to the other is going to make you more strong, to make you more strong, to get you more stuff, which is good stuff. I like that again. And I've got a lot of free slots here. I should fill them up, but right now, mid-video stuff, we'll focus on that in a little bit. But for now, you can just kind of see how like as you do these skirmishes, because I think there's going to be another one around here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. Let's find out actually. So let's. There's the next skirmish. So our next skirmish is over here, as you can see. It's even more. It's even gonna be harder to fight. It's got 329,000 stuff. The scout reveals they have something like 12,000 fighters. We can take that down at the end of today's video, or at least try. But for now, let's talk about the other parts of the game, because I enjoy this a lot. It's one of the key parts of expanding your kingdom. But to get the things you need to expand your kingdom, you're going to want to do some other stuff, or in between, or while there's cooldowns. So yeah, again, that's what's good about a game like this, is that while there are cooldowns, you can actually just get other stuff done. So what we're going to do is we're going to find someone to fight that's like on a fair footing to us. So this person, for instance, is similarly ranked to us, and we're going to fight them, and we're going to see how this goes. So yeah, this is the Colosseum, and the Colosseum is player versus player content that's kind of more friendly than anything else. Like, you don't lose anything from being defeated, other than rank, and it's a good way to kind of see who's better at forming their heroes, who's been better at upgrading them, who's been doing stuff like this. So as you can see, like, it's all about like how you lay out your heroes. And in my case here, oh, my farm completed. But in my case here, you can see how, like, because I've got my tank just absorbing all the damage, I'm going to absolutely destroy them, even though they're, pretty much the same level as me, because my formation's been done better than theirs, Always have your tank in the middle. The tank absorbs the damage, and then he also does some magical stuff. And then with one of our heroes dead, we've defeated them, which means we get some, we get 139 ranks, we get some XP, and all the heroes get better too. So yeah, you can use the player versus player content to get better at the game, and to get better at the PvP. It kind of works both ways, which I do quite like. It's not like you're sacrificing one to get to the other, which again, always good stuff when a game does that. So yeah, let's accept some more quests, which we've just done during that. Because, again, it's always good to finish some quests. By the way, as well as having quests just for doing stuff like this, like winning a Colosseum battle, you also get quests for, like, just admin stuff. So this is just, like, kind of busy work, but you get XP for it. And then for joining my guild, you'll also get guild quests, which will help out the guild. So you want to help out the guild, because currently it's just me right now, come join the guild, and you can come do that. So again, the IBX Toy Kittens, you want to do it, you secretly do. So, yeah, as well as the player versus E, as well as the player versus the hero stuff, as well as the Colosseum, which I kind of want to do another fight in. Let's see if we can fight like a slightly harder to fight guy here. So I'm not sure about this one, but let's believe in ourselves. Let's do this. Okay, so they've got a similar layout, except their guy has a big sword. Okay, is this gonna work? I don't honestly know. Let's watch it from this angle, because it feels a bit more like I'll understand. Oh no, okay, yeah, it's going my way. It's going my way. We got the guy with the sword down. And all my people are doing quite well still. Again, yeah, we got this. So yeah, there you can see, like, it's all about the layouts of how you get your heroes going on. And I think it's kind of great in that way. So boom, there's a Colosseum. You saw a couple of fights now. I won both of them with one person dead, so you know, as we're upgrading our places, we can probably do this more and more. And we can get our rank in the Colosseum going up and up and up and up, which is a thing you might want to do. So now I'm ranked 4788. Oh, and I got myself some crystals. So if you want to get some gems, or crystals, or I keep calling them different things, then you can get them that way. And you can see we're going slowly up like that. Let's see, this guy is 25,000. So all you need is 25,000 hero might, and then you can be top of the league. A lot of people are in RU9, but you know, the OBX Toy Kittens will take them out eventually. So now you know that, now you've got the whole basic idea of the game. A lot of different things going on here, as well as research, by the way, which you can totally do, and which I've been doing to get like new military units. Because as you upgrade your castle, you unlock new stuff, so you can be like, you know what, I'd like to have more health on my siege units. Actually, I think it's cavalry. Let's get them some more health. Then guess what, you can totally do that. And we'll do a little bit of that right now. Again, using our gems. Just because, you know, we've got so many of them, and we've been doing some fights. Let's make sure our lizard people survive. If you're going to have lizard people, it is common decency that you let them survive. So we'll make that happen right now. Oh, and if we get a few more levels of this sorted, then we can actually get at the next level, like tier 3 troops. So let's do that right now if we can, because we can upgrade this. Again, we're skipping through it just because, like, I want to show you in one video rather than being like, let's wait for 8 hours, which is, again, it's how you usually do it, and that's fine. But for now, we're just skipping through things to make things easy. And let's go through like that. And let's do another level, shall we? Oh, we can't do that because we need the next level of Academy. But if we could get this to the top level, we'd be able to make that a lot stronger, which would be kind of cool, right? That'd be kind of great. So we'll upgrade our defenses on this as well. Just to really, you know, we've gone all in on lizard people. Don't ask me why, but that's just how we've done it, how we've done things today. So yeah, all in on the lizard. Oh, well, actually, let's make them more powerful too. Like while we're here, again, you can do a bunch of different research. This is how you get new units. This is how you get new traps. This is also just how you do stuff like, oh yeah, do you want to make like your people cost less, which is a good thing in the overall? You can do that. So yeah, I think that's kind of wonderful. Oh look, there's a whole bunch of different traits. Basically, you get a lot of different upgrades, you get a lot of different things you can do, because it's not just a one-dimensional game. There's lots of secondary elements going on there. So for now, we'll just set up a defense search. Like, you know, we'll make our traps a little bit more powerful. Oh, we don't have any of the requirements for that because we wasted all our stuff so far. So let's go out and let's go raid some resources. So there's 2 ways to raid resources. Again, this uses the stuff you've learned from before, and it takes it to the next level. So there's 2 ways to do this simply. One is you can just like take some. Look at this. I'll send like some gladiator. Actually, I'll send my archers, 90 of them, and the more people you send, obviously, the more you get. And you can go out there and you can send them to get resources. So my ballistas, and we'll send some of the catapults too. Between them, they can get 27,000 wood in that amount of time. So higher tier first. Oh, I guess we just sent everything. You know what? Sure. Let's send our entire army to get wood. That is a good investment of time, if you ask me. But yeah, then they're going to come back with a bunch of wood. So just in case you're like, you know, you're upgrading your buildings, but you can't do it perfectly yet, then you can do it just this way. So in the meantime, we'll try and get as many free upgrades as we can. Oh, we can't because we have like no stuff. We need wheat really badly. It's on 0. That's not a good place to be. Because you can see our stuff's going up slowly. Gathering troops have gone there. And now I hope they get back. And in the meantime, there's a bunch of stuff we can do. We can, again, check our quests. We probably did a bunch of those in a row. So let's see if we can level up just based on that stuff. I'm hoping we can. We did it. We've done a lot of quests here. We can also do admin quests, guild quests. You like to check the stuff because it's only, what is that, like another 20 seconds till it comes back. And then when it does, we'll have all the wood we could ever want. So where are we right now? There we are. So they're currently there. They're capturing. And as you can see, they're going to take 46 minutes to do that. Which is fine, and there's no way to speed this up for now. Because we do want our army, we'll send them back with their 1800, so you can kind of just see that, like, oh yeah, now we got a bunch of wood. And they gathered that really quickly, actually. And yeah, there's this giant army of, like, 10,000 lizard men, some siege men, some all that sort of stuff. They'll come back, and they'll bring the wood that we just gathered. Hopefully. Let's dream. Let's dream. So as you can see, the moment they make it there, in 2 seconds, they're just about to go down the gates, and boom. Now we've got ourselves all the, well, not all the wood we need. Not most of the wood we need, but we got ourselves a decent amount of wood. If we want more wood, we can go raid another player. So I mentioned how everyone around me is a little bit weaker than me. This guy's the strongest of them, and his thing is called, like, are you good, bro? So that sounds like a challenge. Am I good, bro? Let's find out by scouting him. So it costs 1,700 and takes 6 seconds to scout. So we'll just send a guy in. We'll spend the gold. Make sure that he's not, like, hiding a billion reptiles, because if he has more reptiles than me, I don't know how I'm going to win that. And yeah, in the meantime, we'll upgrade our lumber yards, so we can get more stuff going on there. So upgrade this, then it's a free upgrade, then upgrade it again. And we're just going to keep on doing this so we can get our wood production going up. So it's free. So we can get our wood production going up and we can keep that thing going. So boom, we'll just do that a few levels and now our wood production even higher. And again, resources are a key part of this game. You shouldn't neglect them. I kind of have a little bit here. You can see I've got all these fields that should be filled, but they're not quite. So we'll start filling them now actually. So we'll build a mine here. We'll build, we can't build this till that's done. Build a lumber yard there. Build ourselves a quarry over here. Make sure that's freed up. And then we got to upgrade them as well. Again, this is something we can do in the game. It's kind of fun. It's kind of, satisfying to be at this point in the game. But right now, that means we have to kind of focus on the rest of what's going on here. So, yeah, there's a cargo ship. We get level 13. I'm not quite there yet. There's a lot of content that the game has, which I was kind of mind-blown that the game just keeps on going. There's just more and more content it always has to offer, which I think is great, because it means you can always expand your content. You always be expanding, always be doing more, and it means you can always be raiding more. So now we've got our report back on how that, scout went. So as you can see, it was a success. And we know he has about 2,000 soldiers, 600 grunts, 600 archers. So let's see how he reacts if we send in... Honestly, we could be weak on this. Let's just send in only our reptilians. And, it's 800 archers. Actually, we'll send in, 1,000 archers. But let's just send in this stuff, and let's see how he reacts to it. Just a little part of our forces. And as you're going to see, we're going to send them over. It's going to take them a minute, but because we have some boots here, we can increase our speed by 50%. Again, it's not usually worth it on such a short distance, but we'll do it here just because it's important that for the video, you kind of see what happens when they get there, and some good stuff's going to go down. And we could also, at the same time, attack another guy if we wanted to. Again, we've only got one hero. Oh, we've got 3 heroes left. We could then send the rest of our forces over there, 7,000 people, and we could attack 2 people at once. Which I'll actually do right here, just because it's going to be fun to, hopefully take down 2 of our allies. And that's a good way to actually get some gold, as well as a good way to get some resources. Because you can see... again, if we refer to the scout on that one. So let's read that right now. Let's see what he's got. So as you can see, he's got 446k grain. That's a giant amount more than me. Let's see if we can take a bit more of that. That's kind of the goal right here. And that's what we're going to do a little bit of. And yeah, basically, here's another way to get resources. Oh, we're engaged them. Let's do this. Let's watch the battle. So this is the reptilian army versus... a guy, he's a little bit weaker than me, but he's got a fairly sized army. But he doesn't have enough to fight against 7,000 reptiles. It's kind of funny to watch, actually. So yeah, as it turns out, no matter how many reptiles you have, it's probably not enough to face IBX. If you want to place this game, I would not recommend going up against the reptiles, because they're just too powerful. So again, there's no actual, I don't think they're even the best unit in the game, but there is something fun about the idea of just having a heck ton of reptiles going on. So 24 casualties versus 2,300, and then we can see the battle report, and we can see just what we've taken from him. So we got 25k grain, as well as 25k gold, which should come back home as soon as they get back. Oh, and we've got another second invasion going on. So you can see this is our secondary battle with our secondary troops, just everything we had left over. So no lizard people here, but again, I think his army is near non-existent. So I'm hoping that works out in my favor. So yeah, so if you're curious, how am I just destroying these guys' people? Well, one, just because you get invaded, your life's not over. Your heroes can be captured, and that's bad. But again, the game's not over just because you do get captured. Just because you do get invaded. And you can actually increase your defenses against invasion, which is what you should do if you're in a neighborhood with someone like myself. Again, 545k might, as it turns out. If you're around someone like me, then what you want to do is you want to be really, really careful with your wall. So this is the castle wall right here. Again, we can repair our traps, which we'll do, because that's important. Let's do that right there. But yeah, so basically you want to make sure this thing is always at full health. Ours is not quite at full health. It's going to be there soon though, so it's fine. And you want to make sure that you station some heroes here. So I've got my Oathkeeper, I've got my big guy, I've got my Death Archer. They're always stationed here, and they can help with the defending forces. So yeah, there you go. Now you know that's how you kind of keep this stuff in check. You'd also upgrade this place constantly, and you probably should be. So we will upgrade this just one level, again, just so we can get that to the next level. And every level you upgrade it will help you keep more stuff, as well as, hopefully not be invaded quite so much. You can see your deployable troop also goes up by a lot, so you want to have your wall up a lot of times. Your HP goes up, as well as that all-important might. Finally, there's also a vault where you can keep a certain amount of your stuff protected, and every time you upgrade this, you get a bit more protection. So As you can see, now it's that much, but if we want to have 50,000 more, we can do that. And that means that because I have literally 0 of everything, then, yeah, it means we don't have to worry so much. So, boom, there you go. You've now seen about 30 minutes or so of gameplay of Lords Mobile. I had a lot of fun making this video. I want to do, okay, no, before we go, let's like train one big last force, because let's be honest, I like the reptiles a lot. You can probably work that out. Let's just train all the reptiles. Let's just like, it's going to cost a lot for gems, but it's fine. We'll just go through this. Again, usually you can just do this by like waiting a few hours each time. But in my case, I need as many reptiles as I humanly can have. And what we're going to do is we're going to send them in for this fight right here. So we'll just quickly scout it, make sure it's not like weak against it or something. So let's go in, scout. Ranged, siege engine, oh, cavalry, there we go, it's perfect. So they have about 12,600, troops total. I have about 15,000 reptiles. So let's see how this one goes. Enemy's too strong? I don't think so. I think my reptiles have got this, actually. So let's do this. As you can see, like, the just overwhelming numbers of what's going on here. Because obviously, things a little bit scaled down for the fight to make it display a new device. But these reptiles are doing quite a bit of damage to their wall. Oh, our morale is being destroyed by those things right there. But it's okay, the tower's down, we're good. Let's do this. We have to just get through them, get their morale down. Because, if I was fighting reptiles, reptile warriors on horses, I would be a little bit worried too. Oh, it's going right down to the wire. Their morale is going down a little bit slower than mine, though. Oh, it's getting close. 38%. Oh, it could go either way. But yeah, this is one of the great things about this. Oh, got a guild quest done. This is one of the great things about this game. There's so many different parts of the content, and you can be playing all of it at different times together. So, again, it's not one of those games that's just like, you're locked out. You get to play once for every 8 hours, and then you get to play once a week because of all those 8 hours. No, you can just do something else while this stuff goes on. So we can do this if we want to. We can do our fiery clash. And as soon as we've repaired all our forces, because let's be honest, I think a lot of reptiles might have died there. I'm not quite certain. Yeah, there's 1,000 dead reptiles. It's important we heal those up. And then we could do that if we had the ores, which we don't. So we'll just, for now, just to be efficient, we'll just heal them like that. And let's go back in there, shall we? So let's finish this up for real. Let's make sure they regret the time that they faced the reptile army. And then we'll be all good. So, again, just bear in mind, before you go, please do join the IBX Kittens guild if you enjoyed this video. You'd like to see what was going on here. Make sure that you relocate to near me. I'll show my coordinates on screen just after this fight. Because, again, the reptiles have to do their magic. If the reptiles aren't winning, then are you really winning? Or am I really winning? I don't know for certain. But, yeah. And yeah, you can actually join me, and you can be in my exact place. So, yeah, bear in mind these do expire after your account is 7 days old, or if you get to level 5 or above. So do it early on in the game, and make sure that you do this with me. So boom, that's Lords Mobile, the giant strategy game that's global, that you can play with your friends, with me, by yourself, or a combination of all those terms. It's cool whichever way you decide to do it. But for now, you can see that their stuff is basically dead. So, thank you very much for watching today's video. I'll show you my coordinates on screen right now. Please do come join me if you watch this and you think, I want to give that a shot. Because that's all I ask for you in today's video. Just give the game a shot, see if you like it. And if you do, then come set up near me in the Kingdom of Orcia. And we can maybe, take out these other guys together. Or, I don't know, mine some stuff. Or do a dark nest. Again, I haven't done that yet because it requires 2 people. Let's do a dark nest together. Sounds fun, right? So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Come say hello, and I'll see you all next time.